So guys, hello and welcome to one more session of a Seasunsalsa podcast. And this time, every time I have some really good guests and very good friends. And this time we have the DJs of salsa, bachata, and kizomba in the house. How are you guys? What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Doing good, doing good.
What up, family? How you doing? What a pleasure to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hey
So
everybody, perfect.
great to have you guys. Here is Thunder. So if you see, I don't know, is God angry or something is dramatic is happening? Maybe you want to make some really nice confessions. You know, I have so much thunder here in Croatia. I don't know how is there. How is in Luxembourg?
Yeah, Luxembourg is also raining. It's also raining right now. Actually, that's the view I have it right now. It's also like a storm and everything. Yeah.
So look. While I have you here, Pingusso, can you tell something about yourself to our audience? For some that do not know you, let's start with kizomba. Now, why always salsa, for example?
Thank you. So my name is DJ Pingusso. I live in Luxembourg. I'm a kizomba DJ and also organizer. I've been DJing for almost 10 years. And yes, that's my main job. I travel around the world, and I've been part of the Seasunsalsa festival for like I don't know 4 years now. Yeah. That's in short words. That's me.
No, look, I admit I'm not so much into kizomba. I do run away sometimes from other floors. I admit it. And I like the music very much. But there is one interesting thing. Whenever I was consulting with some other people regarding the kizomba DJs, I don't know, 8 out of 10 times your name came up. So that means, well, I hope something good.
Yeah.
People really recommended you. So I'm glad that you're here representing kizomba and urban kiz. Part of the story as a DJ, and I hope to hear some great confessions from your side.
Exactly.
At a certain point, of course.
Yes.
Great. So let's keep it sensual. DJ Ork, what's up?
What up, Vladimir? How you doing?
Doing great. Look, you have your own show. You are much more versed in this than me. You know, I'm still keeping it up and learning and trying to handle all the equipment, and I never know if it's working or it's not. I hope. Let me check if we are going at all live. I think we are going live. But
No, we are live. I just share it. We are looking good. We look sexy.
Okay. I did something right. Okay. So York, you are. I don't know. We met a few years ago in Munich during the Sensual festival. And I still remember, I mean, you were talkative and really full of energy on the dance floor at the DJ booth. So I remember you like this, and you kept the same all the time. So tell us something about yourself for the audience.
Well, hi everybody. I'm DJ Jork. I am from Venezuela, born and raised in Venezuela, and I moved to Europe since 15 years ago around. I have been living the last 9 years here in Germany. I'm in Germany right now. About the weather, it will be a surprise if it will be not raining right now. So yes, it's raining indeed. And about myself, well, I have been DJing about the same time Pingusso 10 years. I used to be a mechanical engineer too. I am not anymore. I'm full-time DJ right now.
Wow, full-time DJ.
Yes.
We'll explore what that means a little bit later.
We'll go there definitely.
It must be tough now for DJs. Yeah. Rumbero, how are you doing?
Aquí mi gente. How are you?
Very good. Now I leave salsa for the end. You know, first 5 episodes we've been having mostly guests from the salsa world, but it doesn't mean that we don't appreciate sensual guests. I'm now opening part to introduce, yes, also the sensual part to our audience. But I wanted also to have in this conversation a salsa DJ that can give, of course, the salsa part of the story. So, just for the beginnings, can you tell a little bit things about yourself? When did you start DJing? Where are you from? So we know a little bit more about you. I only know when you send me the text for the webpage, then I read it. So I know this basic stuff.
Yeah, I think we will know later more. But yes, my people, mi gente, I am DJ Rumbero. I'm from Peru, but I now living in Germany for more than 20 years, and I have my whole life now here, my family. And yes, I'm not full-time DJ. I'm a designer too. I'm independent and also organizer from salsa events and festivals here in my town near Stuttgart. And yes, this is my short story.
Good. I think you have a lot more to share, though. But
Yeah, he has a lot more to say.
look. Let me start with you then. I cannot avoid the topic. Yeah, of course. I cannot avoid the topic of the lockdown. I think, of course, for each one of us, life has changed. But for the teachers, for example, we had a podcast where we discussed a lot about also the online classes. And for the teachers, it's somehow easy to imagine how they continue practicing their art and kind of teaching, spreading their art. I do think that although there is a lot of platforms, but for the DJs, it's a little bit different. So how this lockdown of live performing has impacted DJs, especially you can speak, of course, from personal perspective. And suddenly there are no more live events. The life has moved to virtual. So how can you comment on this from DJs, and what are your experiences?
Okay, for me, what is what the whole situation changed my complete life.
Only 2 months.
Yes, it was crazy. It was real crazy. And but I have use a lot of opportunities for things that I don't have time. And one of this is to have the opportunity to work in different groups, like COVID Party, where DJs are playing around the world salsa the whole time, all the days. And I begin with DJ lives and streamings, and very simple, but I professionalize all these things, and it's a great opportunity to have contact with the whole continent, to know a lot of new fans from my music, and organizers and promoters from festivals that I didn't know they heard, and we are in contact also. I think there are opportunities, but of course it's difficult. It's difficult because there are no incomings. The state of Germany, they help me as independent for the design work that I have, and it's a big help. But every day that goes on, it's more difficult, and I hope that the situation will change. Yes.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. But when you say you met a lot of people from different worlds, you mean you played your DJ live sets online through some platforms? I noticed you've been active on the COVID Party channel,
Yeah.
Which is I think a great channel that promoted DJs playing and discovered, kind of connected the world, as you said, discovered maybe some new talents. And I have questions connected to that a little bit later. We discussed it a little bit earlier today, but let me go to Pingusso. Pingusso.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible for everybody now. The music can, of course, travel through the wire, and you can do the DJ sets, but is it really something you can kind of work with, or is it just temporary kind of entertainment that until everything passes?
Yeah, I guess more like temporarily, because this is like to keep the crowd, make them remember that we are there, because of course we cannot do that for the few years that are coming. But for the situation that we had now, I guess that was a good solution to try to help people to change a little bit about this whole lockdown thing. So yeah, I also participate in a few events, even in a few channels, TV channels for Kizomba. I'm speaking, and yes, was also good for to also to meet another DJs because I never knew or another artists, another people in the Kizomba scene. Yeah, I guess for me it's more like an opportunity to do things that we are not. We didn't have time to do it. Let's talk like that.
Yeah, well, I think definitely there is a lot of possibility for visibility. I've seen that a lot of DJs while playing their sets have so much comments and meeting friends coming to say hi and just to connect with each other. But is it something really you can kind of profit on? You said you work for the events. Is it something that kind of in online you can really base also your life profit, I mean income, or is just basically voluntarily doing the promotion part?
Yeah, I guess if you are smart enough, you can
if you're a good negotiator, right?
Yeah, of course. But I guess for the moment, this is really on the future. But for the moment, I guess it's only for promotion. It's only for promotion, and everybody was doing like promotional things. So if you go there trying to create a business, yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Just if you are smart, maybe yes, you can find a way.
To do something. Yeah.
You gotta hustle.
Everybody's trying to be creative in their own ways, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked about this smart thing.
Yeah, and now we jump to York. I think, I saved the best for him, so he will need to answer the tough questions. So
smart.
Confess.
Please have mercy. No.
So make a confession. What do you do during the lockdown? Make a confession.
The thing is, it has been indeed a crazy experience, and it added so many new dimensions to what is DJing mean, and also to our dance sense community. What I mean is definitely right now there was like a fast solution we found to kind of I totally agree with Pingusso when he said to come to stay in contact with the people, but also
exactly.
At the beginning we did that because everybody was having a hard time. Even myself, I was within my thoughts the whole day, the whole week. So they just go live and play music for the people. It actually helped me to go through the days, right? So that is the first point. The other point, I remember one friend of mine actually wrote a post saying that he didn't want to play live because when he started to DJ was to play for the crowd, right? And you could agree with that. But eventually you realize that the interchange of energy between the people and you just through comments and showing love with hearts and reactions on Facebook is amazing. That is amazing how the great positive energy that I have every time that I finish my last set is amazing. So
I always count the hearts. I always count the car.
No, we will get there. We will get there. No worries.
It keeps me until next Wednesday.
It does, definitely does. We're talking about the future. I don't see this anymore like something that won't be used in the future. Definitely, I will be keeping this as a promotion thing. But I also see, I don't know, you are some of you are organizers. What about us playing from home to China through internet? Well, we can play to 3-4 festivals at the same time. I mean, it added so many dimensions and chances for the future that I don't know what is going to happen. Related to the money, well, here it gets tricky. There are some festivals, online festivals, they are counting with our service and paying for it. Also, people that are going to that want to sponsor the products or the festival through our live shows. That is something that have been happening too. And I commented with you this afternoon, Vladimir, that also a concept that is quite normal in the States and also between among the gamer community. Gamer, I mean the people that play games online and become millionaires, is that they actually live from them. from the tips they're getting from the people. But that is not something that that belong to the European culture. So here is hard to get money from that.
Yeah, we have different habits, and honestly, you know, we talked about a lot of things in preparation to this podcast, and one of the things we said, you know, why should somebody? There should be a really big reason that somebody comes and watches the DJ set. Because in my opinion, if somebody wants to spend 1 hour of time to something visual in terms of watching something, not participating, let's say, in a way we normally do in the live festivals. In my experience as a customer, I want to kind of be entertained in a sense. If I want to just listen to music, what I can do, of course, there's a lot of Spotify and YouTube DJ playlist, or tune in applications for the iPhone and other Android and anything. You just connect to the radio station and you listen to music. However, as organizer, if I'm thinking I want to have some DJ set in video, why would somebody come and pay for it? And the answer that I'm getting always is why I would pay for it. Why I would go somewhere to pay for something to watch, because I can just listen. And then it comes to this point that it's like I want to be entertained. I want to kind of participate in a way. It needs to be kind of a show. And that is actually my next question and comment, because I've seen there's a lot of things when it went with the COVID party and the other groups that promoted the non-stop music playing, and it was really great. It gave people opportunity to connect. So that dimension was really good. People from Latin America, Asia, Europe, you know, connecting together over one DJ set, and it created a feeling of belonging, togetherness, even at the distance. But then again, it started really kind of mass producing from this initial push, the DJ playing. It was good in the beginning, and then later it just kind of, it was just important to, I want to play this. So every DJ with a webcam just put in the playing, and then we see basically one DJ next to each other looking the same and so on. But what I noticed, some that put more effort in what they do received more attention than the others, like everything in life. So for example, we have some DJs that have 100, 200 views, and for some reasons, and some DJs that do not. So before I comment on this, I will leave you guys to comment on this, because let's say I don't want to take words from your mouth. Pingusso, let me speak back to you. What do you think about this? You know, somehow the playground has changed. It's not just important to play the good music. You need to put up the show.
Exactly. And I would say it's also the same thing as a party. You're not just there to play music, good music. We're also there for entertain the people. So when we are in this situation that everything's go to online and you are there, so that's the moment where everybody's got an attention on you. That's your moment. That's your time, you know. So that means you can only be there standing serious, looking face serious, playing your music. The camera is on that side and you're playing like this. And then you look to the comments, okay, and then you play.
It happens a lot of times.
But the people, they are back in the screen, they feeling the energy that you put into them. So I guess it's better when you put something to retain them. Like, I don't know, if you're not a good technical, just put a good, how you say, decor. A background, you just put a good background, just like Rumbero got a good background right now.
I like the flower. I told you that. I like the flower.
Yeah, we say that. Yeah, and they defend the people, react to the people, like the comments and everything, smile. I guess this is also one thing that some people forget is smile, make people smile. So when you're smiling, the other people, they're going to smile back. So it's not just be there playing music. It's really like everything.
No, I agree. Look, when I say I'm now looking as a customer. When I see even in live, so when you see a DJ, especially, there is a lot of in salsa, in bachata too. In all the our dancing SBK scene, when you see the DJ enjoying themselves, either singing the song or having that groove and putting Afrobeat music or something, Afro house or kizomba, or their samba. If they're enjoying yourself, you see the passion going out. And I think that sometimes maybe it's not just about the music, but it's about much else. So Rumbero, for example, you like always to smile, to sing. You have maracas with you. I think there is no photo of you without two maracas, or something. So what do you think about this?
Yes, for me, this time when we are talking about the streamings and one of my qualities, I think, is sometimes not quality because it's much work. Is always to be better and be creative, And when I started this thing with the streaming, I wanted to make it before, but now I have the option to do it, and I have time to be better. And I see, like you said, one of the important things is that how much love you make in what you do. And I think at the end, how you say, at the beginning was a lot of people looking, and then was so many colleagues doing it. And if you not are different, I think it's difficult to reach so many people like York do or some colleagues do. And I think this is the key for making this better, to make so good you can, and to improve and to put a lot of work in this. And love.
I have one question for you, but I will put it to York, just to feel him a little bit uncomfortable. Although I know, he's a gentleman, he will show he's uncomfortable, but he will not be. I know for sure this. So what he said, York, what Rumbero said, putting effort in your presentation as a DJ. So before I go to your presentation, which I can say it's really, you can see that you put some effort in it, a thought about it, some time and money and creativity. What do you think about creativity of some DJs that are having really high likes in the COVID party today? And especially what I notice is that a lot of female DJs, ladies, have much more bigger visibility than the guys DJs, even the good DJs, guys. What is it all about? Tell me, please. Confess.
I will answer you with two sentences that I use a lot.
And we said you don't need to be politically correct.
Oh, I will try my best.
Don't lie to us, please.
Okay, so the thing is, it's actually really easy. I mean, we say in Spanish, si del cielo te caen limones, aprende a hacer limonada. What this means is, if from the sky you get lemons, then you have to learn how to do lemonade, right? So... Right, so
I have my lemonade here.
So let me get there, right? So
now you are too much politically correct. Now go straight to the point.
let me get there, right? So some people have lemons, some of them don't have lemons. So, no, what I mean, what I wanted to say is like, of course, we live in the kind of world that we live nowadays. is all about, or what an important part of what it is how you look, right? And if you go to any, if you turn on the TV and you watch any commercial, of course, if someone want to sell you something, they will use, the common card will be a beautiful lady. So yes, of course, it works. That's why they use it. And that's why you can see on live Facebook, Instagram, whatever and so on, every time that we have a beautiful, talented lady dressed properly and sexy, it get a lot of views. It got a lot of curiosity. It may happen that the people get for curiosity and stay there because she's a great DJ, or they just get from curiosity in there and then they leave. But ugly people like us, okay, I mean like me, sorry guys, like me, well, we have to try our best. We have to be funny, whatever and so on, because we don't have the same kind of easy attraction this beautiful, talented lady has.
I'm speechless now. You dodged that bullet really good. No, look, I completely agree with you, and I think that is one of the points I'm trying to make, that the virtual, let's say, world, what we want to call it, that we are kind of stuck with now, it gives different opportunities than live performances, and some people really get it, you know. They create a nice background when they stream. They watch about the presentation of themselves and everything that the camera sees. Of course, it doesn't take so much from their skills. Still, they need to play good music, of course. However, it is no wonder that, you know, as you said, beautiful lady dressed properly, with put effort in the visual presentation, her surrounding, dancing, entertaining. Of course, she gets more or views than some, let's say, DJs that are half turned to the camera, never connect with an audience, or basically just simple watch at the table. So I think that is something to think about. And me, not only me, obviously, as a customer, give our votes in terms of views, our time that is precious for everybody, to the people, not just ladies, but to the people who are investing in their presentation. And sometimes when you're dancing in the club or in the festival, somewhere back in the room, you don't care about the DJs, you just listen to music, and that's the only connection you have with the DJ. But that is exactly.
And that is exactly the big difference that you say it right. This interaction with the public. When I am at night in my bed watching Facebook, right? I'm scrolling down, I find out live. If I get in there, it's because I expect some kind of interaction with the guy or whatever is live right now at the moment, which is a big difference when I am in a social party. I want to build a connection with the one I'm dancing, not with the one that is playing. But when you go live on Facebook, the people that get into your life is because they want to build a kind of connection with you. They want to feel recognized. They want to feel like, hey, this guy is doing this sort of thing for me. Just the matter that you read them comment and say hello to them is enough sometimes. So that's why it's always important to look at the camera and interact with the people, because the people are not there just for the music.
Yeah. I mean, this is actually a complete other game when I think about to work. I guess. Well, let's keep to this topic. Actually, now we are talking about entertaining the crowd, entertaining the audience in the live events and virtual. So now we kind of stick to the virtual because we are in this position where obviously we cannot get together and cannot express our passion, but we kind of can communicate with them, can connect in a way through the screen, through playing, through the presentation, through connections in a different way than the physical. So let's move this conversation to the our how to say known space, the parties, the live events. So and let's try to get down to what does it mean to be a good DJ. So Pingusso, can you obviously in kizomba there's a lot of currents now, a lot of preferences for different types of music, as is in salsa and Cuban salsa and in bachata also. So you are known for working the floor and working the crowd for both kizomba people and the new wave or urban kids. So
Urban kids, yeah.
what does it mean to be a good DJ in a kizomba scene?
Okay, I guess everybody get their own definition of what means a good DJ. So I'm just gonna talk for myself because I'm not saying my vision is good, but I was just gonna say for myself, right? So for me, a good DJ, especially in the kizomba scene, is a DJ who play for the crowd that he have on the front. You know, the crowd that he have on the dance floor. Nothing saying play maybe the song that request, but play the song that they don't know they want to listen. You know, create atmosphere, create vibe. You know, create a story when it's playing. You know, because kizomba, like you say, you have the different flavors, so you can play with it to create a story, beginning, start, ending. You know, yeah. For me, that's the main things about a good DJ. It's not like playing for himself, because people are there for experience with other persons. So playing for you, yeah, it's not playing for the people. So I guess for me, a good DJ in the kizomba scene at least is playing for the people.
Rumbero, what do you think about this?
Yes, I can approve what Pingusso says is like in salsa, but I think one of the most important qualities is the real interest in music. I think there are many colleagues that they are not focused on the music, then they are more focused on how can I be in the scene or try to be a wannabe. And I think this is combined with humbleness. I think when you are real interest is music and you are humble and when you play and you stay in the stage and you don't have to prove yourself or somebody, and you are free to connect with the people, connect with the language of music.
I'll get you here. You said something interesting, and also we'll ask Pingusso about it. But when you say humble, I've seen that. Do you think that there is a difference in presenting of the DJs in our scenes? For example, I see kizomba DJs act and more acting more like wannabe rock stars, gangsters, kind of it's like unavoidable. It's like I see this. That's mine. That's my impression. It doesn't mean it's correct, but I see it to a certain extent. This is really good because you need to create. I mean, if you're a DJ artist, doing individual, doing your business, you need to create your image. You need to be identifiable. So I'm good with it, but I see it more basically in kizomba scene than I see it in the salsa or Cuban scene. What do you think, DJ Ork, or bachata? What do you think, DJ Ork, about this?
Well, definitely. I mean, something that was really interesting when I went into the scene. I mean, I before getting into social dance scene, I used to play in clubs, which is a totally different world, right? There in the in the clubs, the DJ is the star, is the one who control the whole night. Yeah, the people went to listen to them, right? Yeah. So and then I went because an ex-girlfriend of mine took me to the first festival. It was a salsa festival in the north of Germany. They were playing salsa, right? So the funny thing, at the end of the night, I asked one of the girls, "Hey, do you like the music?" Yes, at that time it was amazing music. Could you tell me the name of the DJ? And she couldn't tell me the name of the DJ. And it was a pattern that I see a lot repeating itself. Nobody knew anything about the DJs. That was one extreme, right? The salsa world. Then the kizomba world for me is kind of the another extreme. The DJs there are stars, literally stars. The people go to the festivals because of them. And so I noticed there was like a huge difference. Either of them are, I mean, it shouldn't be like that. If the DJ are there doing a major job, it should be recognized, should be should be recognized basically. So, but I did see in many things that bachata world is kind of in the middle. We are like in kind of the transition between the salsa world to the kizomba world, where you see flyers, for example, with the DJs, the big face, I mean sometimes bigger than the dance artists or the dance instructors, or the same, right? So, and as you say, Vladimir, it belongs to the artist. It belongs a image, a personality.
Yes.
So it belongs to it. So that is basically it.
So this is how it looks to me. And Pingusso, I would love to hear your comment on this, because as I say, I'm more familiar with salsa, community salsa world. But you know, I have eyes, and but I have limited vision to what is happening in kizomba scene. Maybe 5% of I see what is happening, or 1, I don't know. But this is how it looks to me. As DJ Ork said, the DJs are the rock stars. Everybody knows the DJs, and some of the artists, especially in the urban keys, you know, because I understand that basically at one point there was a big demand for learning kizomba, learning urban keys, but now there's much more in the festival. Is much more party people than the people that want to learn. And when they learn to the one point, they just go dance and they learn on dance floor. In salsa, the DJs, I feel, have always been neglected to the certain point until a few years ago, when it started to become, there's a lot of more social dance events, not just the festivals where the workshops are the most important thing. The social part and the dancing part has become much more important, and the DJs have kind of get more importance. But it happened by chance. It didn't happen because a certain DJ created DJs wanted to kind of push this image. I think it just happened to some of the DJs. Do you know what I mean? The DJs loved the music, they were good, and they were started to be invited. And the good thing is they did not change. They stay humble. That's what I like about salsa and a lot of bachata DJs. They stay down on their feet. They are rock stars, kind of, but they don't act like. But I do think there's a lot of space for this presentation part of the DJ. That's why I'm thinking something that's work out. But for the kizomba, it's only presentation. You know, and you ask everybody's great, everybody's the best, and everybody thinks they know everything. And I think it's like upside down. So it seems that if the salsa DJs take a little bit more this business branding, or kind of more working on the presentation part, would benefit. And if I feel there's a lot of this too much emphasized in kizomba. So I tried, my English is not the best, I use a lot of words, but what do you think about this, Pingusso? How do you think
It's good, it's a good point of view. It's true that kizomba may look like, like you say, like rock stars, big names, because I guess like York say, I'm also a DJ that came from clubs. I still doing that, I still mixing clubs and stuff like that. And on that world, you need to promote yourself, like image, like the way you present yourself, the way you look. So I guess a lot of the first DJs that became in the kizomba, they were from that world, you know. So they brought that culture to the kizomba. I would say the kizomba scene, like especially with the urban keys, because before urban keys, I'm not sure if that exists. Like when it was kizomba, I guess the DJ were more like, okay, I play good, people know me, but they not go show off, like making a shoot of himself. And I guess as you as organizer, if you have a kizomba DJ, I'm saying kizomba, if you ask him for a photo book, or like you're gonna see that maybe don't have, or maybe it's old. But if you ask for Urban Kids DJ, every year got new pictures. Like the deal, everything is done. So I guess that's why. I guess the Urban Kids bring another vibe to the kizomba scene. And yes, maybe you look like that, but in a world with a lot of DJs, can be worth it for some DJs, you know, because also some bad for some DJs that they have talent, but maybe they don't have the knowledge or they don't have the people behind to make them grow up.
Thank you for sharing this. It makes total sense. The urban keys special DJs coming from a different background. Although I know that in salsa we have also DJs that have played. I think DJ Willie was playing in clubs for a long time before he became popular in our domain. But one more thing, is it also a fact that Rumbero? Is it a fact because we see a salsa DJ? What the dancers see is he puts the music and then he sings, and then after 5 minutes he puts the next music and then he sings. While we see in the kizomba or urban keys where there's a modern music, there's non-stop real mixing involved. So does this lack of promotion in a salsa world comes from not seeing yourself as some kind of professional DJ that really works with music, is more like selecting good music for the crowd, or is something different? Do you know? I don't know if I explained my question good, but let me know if you didn't understand.
Yeah, I understand. I think that you have
because I can understand some DJ that came from the club, as Pingusso said, worked there. There's a lot of attitude there. You need to behave with a certain calm and approach and kind of present yourself. It's a different crowd, different atmosphere, different vibe. Coming to the salsa, it already comes there with the attitude, which is sometimes strange for us. While the salsa DJs come mostly from the people that are passionate about salsa, not about the clubs. That's how I see it. But I don't know. It makes sense to me like this.
Yes, I can only speak from my side. I have play music also in clubs a long time, and I needed to improve myself in the techniques and mixing. And when I said before that it's important to stay humble or not first try to wanna be, is the objective of the person in a DJ. I think then when the DJ comes with the objective to be on the top, to be in Instagram and have a lot of followers, I think this is not the good way to be a good DJ. I think it's you can have your attitude, you can have your followers, you can be a rock star, but I think in the heart, in the core of your DJ doing is that you real love and have the interest in music. And I think in salsa, when what you say about mixing and I think that come from the dancer. The dancer, I try in my beginning when I started to be in more salsa dancing scene, not more club. I tried to mix, but when I tried it, a lot of people saw to me, what you are making? I want to make the last move and want to make a perfect move at the end. And I kill it because I mix the next song. And I think there are possibilities to show your skills. Sometimes when I play in the Cuban festivals, also in the Salsa Mambo festivals. And sometimes when I play in the Cuban and I see coming up Reda, that are many people are dancing with Reda, then there the option that you can show the skills because they come and they dance 3 or 4 songs, and when you have this skills in what you learn in all the time, then you can. Then they look into you. Wow, what is happening?
The next one.
Yeah. Yes, and I think it's important. I think sometimes you can create a mood in the night if you have this background. If you don't have this background, you can create this mood, like I told with the Reda. No?
I totally agree. I think this is a great skill, even if for a salsa DJ. You know, how I see us salsa dancers, a little bit, there's a small, I mean, it's great to hear you guys, bachata, salsa, and kizomba. We can compare now. Salsa dancers like their song they, from the start to the end, to hear every beat. Because how I see the salsa is, when dancing salsa, you are dancing with a partner, but you are so much aware of the music being played, and you want to hear that last pa, whatever it is. And of course, it can connect with the other song if this connection is good, as you Rumbero do it, is really great. And especially when this stuff with Rueda, you know, I dance Rueda, you know, they never let you go. Another one. You know, it's like, okay, but it's true that salsa dancers don't like when it's kind of transitions. That's what I kind of get the impression. Kizomba, I don't think there's you know, the DJs that don't do great transitions and create the mood that way, from slow to fast to slow and so on. It's I will get, as organizer, so much bad feedback.
Yeah, of course.
I really think so, you know. And also as a dancer, I understand, because what I think is people have the music as a background to connect with the person, and in kizomba is always more songs. So you don't want to stop the song and then put the dancers in the awkward position. Where's the music? You know,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And your bachata is somewhere in between.
Again, we are in between. We are in between.
Bachata is somewhere in between. What is this?
Sorry, that's why we say SBK. Salsa, bachata, kizomba.
We like to be, you know, we are sensual. We like to be, you know, hard. We would like to be in between. No, now for real, you say so many things that actually, for me, they connect with themselves. For example, it is of course clear. I mean, when there is that question is something that I get all the time. What makes a good DJ a good DJ? Of course, the way to control, to connect with the crowd, right? The way to give emotions to the crowd, to read the crowd. That is a number one. The one which is even more important is the music, your knowledge about the music, right? As Rumbero says all about it.
I'm taking notes. In 2 years, you'll see.
The knowledge of your equipment, how you connect to the equipment, so you don't mess things up. That is really important. Can you
go slower, please? While I
continue. Once you have these three things, then you can add things to it, which are important too.
So can you repeat one more time? Equipment.
The equipment will be the last. In the top, I will be connection to the crowd, how to read it, how to manipulate it with your music, how you create emotions, the knowledge about the genre of music you are playing, how much connected you are to the music, how much you love it. It's not only about downloading the last 20 hits from YouTube. It's going back to the history. When you truly love something, you want to know everything about that something. If it's a person, you want to know even when she was in the baby belly.
Amen.
So all these three things are the top things, but connected to them, right? Are things that they are not necessary, but it can help you to make a difference, because we want to be different too, right? We don't want it to be the same than other people, as well as the live shows, as well. When you are playing in a festival, you want to be different, right? So the mixing part is a thing that could help you a lot. As I say, in the salsa and bachata, it's not something that is required, but it can help you to create a different, or maybe to help you to solve your mistakes. For example, I always ask the same when the people ask me what is necessary to learn how to mix. Well, I will tell you an example. All of us have at least once in our DJ life play a bad song, the song that was not right to play at that moment. So as a DJ, you have three possibilities. Either you have the nerve to just let the song play until the end with the empty floor. Either you cut the music down and you play the another one so the people realize that you've mixed it up, or you mix it and they just don't realize it, just keep dancing. It looks like something you wanted to do. That is one of the many advantages you can get from learn how to mix, right? And then finally, I wanted to talk about the personality and social network that you mentioned many times, and sometimes it look negative when a DJs want to promote themselves through the social networks. And and it looks, for example, for me, once again, salsa scene is the oldest one. Is the one that started all this movement, right? So many of those DJs have maybe 20 Gs playing, and they have been using an equation or a formula that works. They just play good at festivals, and they recommend it to another one. Well, this new generation, this bachata in between one more time, and the kizomba community, which is really new, they came with new tools, with new ways to promote themselves: Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and so on. So if when you as a DJ, you have the three important things I mentioned before, and you add the things that I just mentioned, well, you can go viral, you can go big. So I don't see like something bad necessary. And sorry for the monologue. And about the mixing one more time. Well, for example, for me, if I get into the salsa room, it would take me longer to know the DJ in a salsa party than it will take me to know the DJ in a kizomba party. Why? In a salsa party, I will need to spend maybe 30 minutes to listen to the music of that guy, to see how he goes from one song to the another one. Either they are not mixing, but how they are connected in instruments, background, or style. While either you go to the kizomba room, and in 30 minutes, the guy maybe play 90 songs with perfect transitions, and you go, blow your mind, right? So that's why I see like the difference between how it will take you longer and will be slow to grow within the salsa scene in comparison to the kizomba scene. And we in the bachata scenes, we are right in between. There is like we have wonderful, amazing DJs that have been playing for over, I don't know, 30, 20 years bachata. And we have a new generation coming with DJs like the Dimension, for example, that he's just 20 years old. And this guy is crazy. It's bananas, right? So
when you say crazy, what do you mean crazy?
I mean, for example, and the bachata scene is a little bit complicated for me because we have the bachata, as everybody knows, coming from the Dominican Republic, and not necessarily European artists are also creating bachata, but we also have this remix movement, right? That it doesn't exist in the salsa scene, right? So this guy, for example, with an electronic background, is moving to the bachata scene. He fall in love with the gender. He start creating music, but not only creating music, but also applying his techniques, DJing techniques, to the dance floor, and he's creating a whole new community of people that actually like it. They didn't have it before, so now they have it and they like it. So right now we are in a strong transition that we don't know how to approach it. So there is people that love it and there is people that hate it. I learned the same way that Rumbero said. I went to a party, I mixed the songs every 1 minute, and everybody wanted to kill me. So I realized it was not right. And also, when I became a dancer, when I started to dance, I learned the value of to dance a whole song. But I also learned that there are songs which are they finish with a violin at the end, really classic, really romantic. Okay, you don't cut that. But the other songs they finish with a repetitive rhythm that it doesn't add to. You don't lose or you don't add anything if you put or you cut the end, right? So this whole new dimension, this whole new alternative that we have within the scene is making it like interesting and complicated at the same time for those DJs.
Yeah, no, I mean, this obviously the DJ mixing skills give means a lot in the bachata and kizomba, and kind of, but in salsa, so it's basically you have more tools to create a good atmosphere.
But Vladimir, let me just cut you. I want to let you know something. It's like I gotta say, like let's make sounds like salsa. It's easy, and I can say it's not easy. Once I have a salsa scene here in Luxembourg, they asked me to play. I said, yeah, we try to do. I can play because I play different genres. I went there. I guess after the 30 minutes, like York said, they want to kick me out. So I say, okay, you know what? That's not for me, because you gotta know, and
yeah. No, that exactly. You just actually said it instead of me. What I wanted to say, it's like you guys for kizomba and bachata is like I see you have like guitar with 6 strings. you use the different equipment, you use mixing. You need to have all these skills to make this sound, but in a way, it's more tools. As a salsa DJ, it's like one string to create a great atmosphere. So you have less tools, no mixing, no any of this electronic music stuff, but you need to create a great atmosphere, great vibe for those on the dance floor. So in itself, although there is no mixing, it's an art of itself. I see there's a lot about also personality, a lot about educating yourself, learning, but I will leave Master Rumbero say a little bit about this. So what do you think about this, Rumbero? How do you prepare? What do you, as a salsa DJ, York said a lot of history, a lot of learning, passion. What do you think, what do you need to have to be able to work the salsa floor? Because obviously you cannot do something that in other genres they are allowed to do, let's say like this.
Oh my God, this is a difficult question. I think you need the most important, they both said it before, this is the read the crowd, and I think
sorry, Rumbero, I would just love to say hi to our audience. There are a lot of people, you, me, and everybody here know. So thank you for supporting. I see you. I don't have time to watch too much for the comments, but thank you a lot of guys. Rumbero, please continue. Sorry to interrupt you. I gave you a little bit time to think about.
No problem. I think in salsa the key is the knowledge. I think if you have and I think the time that you have played. I think when you have a crowd, I think the crowd is not the same. If you have the same crowd another night, it's different. And I think when you know with the time what the people feels, and when you know, okay, there's a guy, he danced like he came from the Colombian scene, or if you see, oh, this is a hardcore mambero, and when you see they are on the floor, then the ideas come, and you see it with the time, with the experiencia. ¿Qué es experiencia, York?
Experience.
Yeah.
Experience. With experience. With experience, I say that the people, that the crowd are talking with me. I say they're talking with me, and I feel this that they need this song or this kind of song. When I try to make with my knowledge of the music curves, moods. Sometimes it's soft. Sometimes I feel, okay, I must take a break. It's too fast, and I make a break, go down, or otherwise. I think you have many opportunities in salsa, or the different opportunities that you have, like skills in kizomba and bachata. I think the most important is that you know to read the people, and that you know about the music, and that you really.
So can you? So for us that don't know, when you say you need to know to read the people, you need to know about music. When you talk to me as a non-DJ, what does it mean read the people? So I'll give you an example. There's an international event. It doesn't need to be like 1,000 people. It can be 300-400 people at the dance floor. There are beginners, improvers, intermediate, dancers. Some know on one, some know on two. There's only one salsa floor. How do you adjust to that? How do you find that pulse that and keep and bring them together? All these people with different expectations. How do you bring them, to the kind of peak? How do you guide them through this 1-2 hour set of yours and deliver all the time? Let's say like this, because good DJs do deliver all the time. When do you start? I mean, is there a secret formula? You start with this guy. You start with this type of music, because in salsa there are a lot of rhythms, there are a lot of different genres. Even in salsa, there's simply, so much variety. So what does it mean, read the crowd?
Oh, okay. I think...
So look, your set is beginning now. Explain me what you do. Simple as that.
Okay, I go from my room in motel room. I go to the dance floor, and I try to be for respect for the other DJ and for me too, that I'm there and see his set and hear his set. I see the crowd dancing, and when I begin, there are so much possibilities and there are so much music that I try to don't break the mood, but bring my flavor in there. Yes, and I try to make a little bit a contrast to that DJ that played before me.
Okay, now that's much more clear now. So basically, you do read the crowd, but you have your own flavor. You don't just go with the way everything crowd wants. You need to bring your flavor, your persona into the signature, something that you are into the thing. Because
if you
because it's always there's kind of groupies thing. You know, these guys wait for DJ this, these guys wait for DJ this. Obviously, it's not just putting whatever they want. It's like you have something of I mean, Pingusso, I've heard so many times they can't wait for your set. DJ has his fans, you have your fans. So obviously there's something that you put inside, not just read from them. You put back, you put in something.
Yes, of course. I bring my flavor in this, and yes, and when it's you said it, there are so many different dancers and so many kind of feel the music, but I think with the experience, you learn to look. I can't say it. I have a feeling when I go. I can say anecdota. George, anecdota.
We know.
I understand you, Papi. Go ahead. You're speaking amazing.
You're amazing.
You can say a joke.
Okay. The first time that I was in Rovin, I came with the plane, I came with the car, I was in the hotel, I have a half an hour to change my clothes, and I go to the beach party. And I saw this amazing energy, and I saw so good DJs playing there before I begin. And I thought, how can I do it better? Or how can I reach this level that the other
just
colleagues
buy
have?
Everybody some rum and mojito, and that's very easy. It's so simple.
Cheers.
Okay, sorry. I need to throw in this a little bit.
Yes. I asked first for Cuba Libre. This was the first question. No joke. No, and then it feels when I begin, it was like natural. All the time when I playing, it was a communication between the crowd of me, with me, and otherwise. Yes, and yes, I can't put it into words how my soul, my brain thinks in this moment. Very natural, but I think, like I said before, it's a lot of experience and knowledge about the music.
Yeah. No, I understand. Basically, it's a talent, knowledge, experience, and then it creates that inspiration. I would say, you just perform. You don't kind of calculate in your head. You fine tune. I guess that's something that is I don't know, Pingusso, especially in kizomba or any other dance, salsa and bachata. When you enter the room, also as participants, sometimes you can just feel in the air if the atmosphere is kind of electrifying or is a little bit down or so on. And I think you as a DJs who listen to the music so much, basically, and travel more than any of other participants, you can fine tune to this energy much better than we can, I guess. And then obviously you bring out this tune from this pocket, then you bring out for this pocket, and then you do your magic actually.
Yeah. Because this is experience, like Rumbero said. I've been doing this for a long time. That I cannot explain how it's like to feel it, the vibe. Because I just get it. I get there, like you say, maybe come to listen to your colleague on 2 hours. 2 hour set. I'm especially Robin, like the set are 2 hours. I go, I listen. I know the vibe that he creates, and I know where he led me, and I can feel the vibe of the people. If I need to go faster or if I need to slow down. Yeah, but this is like something that I've been so used to it that it's hard to explain with the words to people. But yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think? Sometimes some DJs simply. I'm not saying. Sometimes it happens that you have maybe a bad set. So it's sometimes I hear people. It's like mostly the comments when the bad set is. It's like. It's boring, it's monotonous, it's not inspiring, and so on. So, did it happen to you? And do you know what triggers when it happened, or is just something combination of something it happens that you produce a bad set? Because, of course, nobody can perform 100% all the time.
Exactly.
But it happens. It happens. Did it happen to you?
Of course it happens to me, but you gotta be strong with the head to come up on that bad set, but can happen because we are human, maybe we are tired, maybe sometimes we are not into the mood, maybe we got bad news, or maybe we didn't sleep enough, and yes, maybe we didn't also feel the vibe enough from the party. Then when you go there, you're doing maybe a good set, but the people, they were there, they're not feeling you because they were feeling something before you came with something totally different. Yeah, can be different facts. And of course, please everybody, it's hard. And I don't know for bachata and salsa, but kizomba, the dancers are really, really, how you say, how to say?
They always ask for you more. They
more.
Push you in the end. Yeah.
They really hard. Like they really hard with you. They like say no, the set was not good
because they want expectations.
High expectation. That's the word I'm saying. Yeah. For kizomba and special urban is kizomba everything. People have really high expectation, and for a DJ, there is no space for mistake, man.
I meant to that.
Yeah, but I can imagine. I'll just ask a little bit more Pingusso, and then basically the same question to you, York. Look, as I said, I'm not so much in kizomba, but because of this, I ask a lot about my friends that are in kizomba dance, especially dancers, the opinions about the certain DJs. And sometimes for me it's not clear why some DJs they look good, they're professional, they do play, but they don't get great feedback. And sometimes that feedback is like boring, they're not, and I feel that pressure from the dancers. Mm-hmm. What I feel is like, if you, especially in kizomba and probably in bachata, because there's a lot of music produced, if you are not updating yourself to the latest music, this crowd that travels went to a few festivals, heard some new tunes, they expect it to be, and if you are kind of few months old, let's say like this, or you don't follow kind of the trend, which is, I feel in kizomba and bachata, so much is happening music-wise. That might also feel kind of, you have a DJ, but for some reason he's not updating himself in a way, and now he's getting like he was yesterday's news, which is of course not true. But it's sometimes, do you think it's the truth is about DJs should go for this expectation, or is the truth in between somewhere? Because Pingusso, what do you think about it? Because I hear it a lot about the kizomba DJs.
Yeah, for me, I guess like you say, there are people that expecting the new things because they are always into new things. There are people who are like the old things. They want to know the class. They want to know the music that they know. So I guess, but at least for myself, I try to be always on the line that I give you what you know. what you used to know and what you will know. So I try to mix everything, so to create like a mix and to make you travel about that. Because if I make a set of 2 hours, the music that you don't know, like you say, as a dancer, you'll be lost. Because I guess in the kizomba, there are also some people, they know the music, they say, okay, gonna come this part, I'm gonna give this trick to the girl, so the girl gonna, gonna be surprised how he can move like this. So if you just go for music, the people they don't know, they're gonna be lost. But some people, they also like to be challenged, dance to music they don't know, because kizomba, it's special urban kids is electro music. So it's like 4 beats, 8 beats, 16 beats. So you can count, right? So when you count, after this gonna maybe come a break or not. So people they're expecting also to discover new music on the dance floor, so they can be more experienced. So that depends on the DJ really to play around all this thing and to try to please everybody, because it's hard. It's hard.
I like what you say, because as I said, I feel in kizomba, well, in salsa here too, but in kizomba there's a lot of pressure on the DJs. There's a lot of as I said, it's kind of people are followers of certain DJs, and kind of I feel these expectations put on them. York, what is your comment? Well, how is bachata dealing with this? You just mentioned DJ Dimensions and the mixing. And DJ Alejandro is here. Hi, Alejandro.
There are so many things that I want to say about it, and basically they are related and they are all connected to what we say at the beginning. Once again, it is so important to read the crowd and to the knowledge about the music for so many different reasons that I won't mention right now. As you say, it is of course important to be always updated with the new music. That is true, especially nowadays that the people have it's so easy for them to access to new music. So sometimes they're even more updated than what you are. So you have to keep up. You have to keep up with them, right? But it's also important how much you know the genre you are playing, because as Pingusso and Rumbero says, you go to the festival, you go to listen to the DJ before of you, because it is also a great tool that will help you to know what to play for the people. But let's say that DJ before of you play all the new hits. Well, what happens if you aren't updated? Well, you have basically the same music, but now is the point where you have to play something different for the crowd and also give them a great experience. That's why I always say it's so important to know the genre you're playing and to read the crowd. It is of course something about the energies, energetic, a connection, a special connection that you build and you feel with the crowd. But it's also something that sometimes when you're not feeling that connected with the people, you need to open your eyes, you need to look to the dance floor and watch what is happening. Maybe I always, when I don't know the crowd, when I go into a country that I don't know anything about it, when I don't know anything about the festival, because if the festival is called sensual something, you already know what you're going to play. Or if it's called Dominican whatever, then you know that one of music you're going to play. But the thing is, you start playing like one or another kind at the beginning of the party, and you see how the people react to it, and based it on how the people you react to it, you keep going the whole night. So it's of course feeling, but it's also of course a lot of watching and mentally thinking what you are doing. Like if you see a bunch of people that have been moving for the whole night, well, you maybe do something wrong. So maybe change the music and see how they are how they react to it. And hello.
I'm good.
Okay, so and at the end, once again, it connected what makes a good DJ a good DJ. I will challenge every DJ, even a kizomba DJ, even when mixing is important. I will give you just an iPhone connected with a jack to a controller, and make the crowd dance. And then you realize that the most important thing is how you read the people and the kind of music you're playing. More important that if you can mix the songs, or how clean are your mixing skills, whatever, and so on. So definitely It's definitely about reading the crowd and the kind of music to play. And about complaining, yes, okay. I mean, you know, Vladimir, how you have a big festival, you have a lot of DJs, you get a lot of complaints from us, you get positive feedback, but also comments, critic comments about our work because we cannot please everybody. That is something. I don't know if they also happen in the salsa world, but in the bachata world, we have, of course, for example, big producers, right? For example, if you book one of the biggest producers to your festival, the people that are attending to your festival, they may be expecting to listen more of their music because that's why they went to the festival because they saw this big producer and I want to listen to it. It's like you don't book Romeo Santos to listen singing to him Prince songs from Prince Royce, right? They also, I don't want to say that I know really big producers, they only can play without playing one of their music. That is not totally related to it. What I want to say in my case, I don't believe that I have like a style, like real style how to play. I just connect to the people and I give them what I think they want to have, right? They want what they want, what I feel it will make them blow their mind, what I feel that they will have a great moment, will feel connected to it. So that is what I play. It's mean that in every festival, in every night, I may play different things and really different styles. So that can be also a problem when sometimes the people listen to you in a sensual festival and they go to another festival and they listen to you and you're playing more Dominican. So and the ways where sometimes the complaints come like, hey George, I listened to you and I was expecting for you to play more sensual, but the truth is that I feel that at that night the people was asking for another kind of music, so I give them to them. That's
when I introduced York at the beginning of the show, I said he can talk a lot.
Yes,
even more than me. Thank you, York. Thank you, York. Look, guys, we'll have a little bit, 15 more minutes of the show. So if you want to ask questions to our DJs, feel free. I'll check the feed, the comments more often. So feel free to ask questions to any of my guests here. Rumbero, one question for you personally. I like to dance both mambo, salsa, and the Cuban. I did somehow at the evenings it seems that I dance more mambo, and I always ask myself why. Sometimes the answer is because when I go out of the Cuban room after 2 songs, I'm soaking wet. It's like I'm done. In terms of I have a nice jacket, I have a shirt, and then I go to Cuban room and everything is wet. I like dancing, I like energetic dancing, but you play both mambo and salsa, and for mambo dancers and Cuban dancers. What is for you harder to please in a way, and why do I get the feeling that
I don't understand it? What is
for you harder to please? Where is harder to play, on Cuban floor or mambo floor? Which audience is harder for you to kind of entertain? And do I get a feeling that a lot of Cuban DJs are kind of, the more timba, the better, It's like, I see the Cuban floor empty until 4 o'clock a lot of times. When mambo dances dance until 6. And I think there's so much nice Cuban music that you can also make these waves. But no, at 4 o'clock, there's a lot of times empty, assuming that the dancer started to dance at 1, not at 3. There's empty floor. So you're playing for both audiences. Which floor is harder, and why on Cuban floor there's so much hard music being played for the dancers?
Okay. For me, it's both are not hard for me. I think this is instinct. I grew up with salsa clásica and mambo and romantica. This was my childness. But in the teenager times, I was in the 90s in the whole movement of the Cuban music, and I learned it I don't learn it. I feel it. It goes direct to the blood, and for me is like both are the same way. The same instinct that I have in salsa and mambo is also for timba, and I think I have a lot of talks with dancers of the Cuban music and lots of instructors and teachers for the dancing, and we have all the same thing. We think very similar, and it is that the Cuban music is so rich, and it's not only timba, and I think a lot of
I know it's not only timba. That's why I ask you.
Yes,
I think competition. Who is going to kill people in less time?
Yes,
that's how it sounds to me.
Yes, I think this is a failure of a lot of Cuban music DJs.
No, because because you have son, you have cha-cha-cha,
yes,
you have songo, you have timba, you have guajira, you have so. I mean, the salsa is combined so much of these Cuban rhythms and ways, and then I don't know if you maybe I'm not visiting so much Cuban, but I do visit. But it's almost like a competition of who's going to play faster song.
Yeah, this impression is true. This impression is true, but I think, like I said, a lot of dancers, professionals, teachers, musicians, and also DJs that knows real about the Cuban music and the richness that they have. They see it as a failure that a lot of people reduce the Cuban music to timba, and like you said, there is not only fast timba, there are slow, there is romantic timba that you can make contrast in the party. But yes, this is right. And that is when I have I have a Cuban festival too in my town. The first thing that I say to my colleagues that I invite is, please, I want arcoiris. ¿Qué es arcoiris?
Rainbow.
Yeah, I want a rainbow from the music that that we.
I remember that. I remember. Maybe they will understand me then if I say
Yes, and I say I want a song. Why you don't place a song, often a song in the night when there are 2 or 3 classes of song during the day with teachers? Or why you don't play guaguancó, rumba for 2 songs that the people come together and make improve the teachers the people dance together rumba 1-2 songs, and then you can change again to timba and to a romantic, and this is I think this is and in most of the festivals I think it's not so good. Yes.
No, especially especially for the Western people, European and Western, timba music is strong music. Even you cannot stand in the room a lot and enjoy the music. You need this variety of music because Cuban music is rich. Sometimes salsa, a lot of salsa music is more easier for the ear, and then you need this variety in Cuban music. For me, to keep the non-Latinos, let's say, unless you want to get them done until 3-4 o'clock, and then it's finished. But the same question goes for Pingusso, for kizomba. How is it? Is it easier to play for kizomba crowd or for the urban kiss crowd?
I guess, like I say, both have high expectations.
Both.
Both. Okay, maybe I would say urban kiss maybe a little bit more, but both have high expectations. Yes, but the thing is, I guess we managed to create this flow because there are people that like also to dance fast music, like to really go on the tempo to show the techniques. but we always try to give the good ratio to not make people tired, so they're gonna left early, you know, because we want to keep them the longest as you can on the dance floor. So we always change the vibe, the tempo. Yeah.
But I think it's very hard for the DJs in kizomba. For example, a lot of people, for example, if you have urban kiss floor, I feel if you put something that is not modern music, it's like you put one regular kizomba, you will have people complain it's not, it's like, you know, this is traditional, why this guy put this? I hear these comments, you know, and it can be the most beautiful song, but you will have people complain, and I think it's the same in salsa, you know, you put one Cuban song in the salsa floor, even sometimes it's a nice song, then you will have people complain. Sometimes it's even because even because they don't know the music. But I feel it's a big expectation on the DJs in the kizomba. And as far as bachata, how is to play York for the crowd? I mean, now do you play Dominican at all during your sets? How is it? Because I see, I mean, everybody just kind of went sensual. I don't know.
Well, I will try to keep it short, okay? If I don't keep it short, please hands up or something. Let me say.
I'll just turn you off.
Exactly, I like that. Yeah. No, the thing is, it's actually quite complicated. It's quite complicated too. Right now, okay, we have the sensual bachata scene, which got huge, and also in the last 3 years, the Dominican bachata scene is also getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So when you have 2 separate rooms, we are talking about 2 separate rooms, I will say that is easy to play for the Dominican people, because I think it's quite clear the things that they want to listen to. While in the sensual room, nowadays, I don't say that it's because the people is more critic. I will never say that. I will say that it's because there is a misconception of what is the music that should be played for the sensual bachata dancers. And I talk like that. I don't talk about the bachata sensual music because it doesn't exist bachata sensual music. It exists the style of dance and the music that you play to it, right? So when I talk about a misconception, for some people, sensual bachata will be only remixes. So if you are in a room, which is sensual bachata room, and you are playing only remixes, you will get some part of the crowd happy to it. But there will be another part of the crowd that won't like it at all. So the same, another way around, you can play sensual beats. They are not remixes, and a lot of people will complain that you are not playing remixes within the room. So we are right now in that place where we are even every day, and I talk with all my colleagues, we talk all the time about it. What is sensual bachata? What sensual bachata means? Because if you want to know what it is, then maybe you need to look at the teachers, at the instructors, and see what kind of music are they using for their workshops. So you have instructors that they only use remixes. Okay, then we say, okay, bachata sensual dancers, they want to dance to remixes. But also you have a really important figures with the sensual, the scenes, the creators, or the people that make it viral, and they are dancing bachata sensual to beats that they won't be recognized directly to sensual bachata. Well, later when you play it in the sensual room, the people complain to it. So it's complicated to it. It's complicated to play for them.
I'll turn you off.
Thank you so much, people. I love you. I answered the question. Thank you.
We are coming to the end. So maybe just I'll try to not summary, but I like the start of our conversation was about the presentation of the DJs in virtual world, and we talked about how kind of it's hard to live off the virtual now, because it's most of us doing and DJing is more for promotion and so on. But in general, you are all living, you're all individuals working professionally for yourself. Tell me, what are your thoughts about how can you live? Is it DJing a good full-time job? Can you live from it? or do you think is undervalued? Pingusso, we can start with you.
Kizomba. Yes. I guess it's hard to live from it. You can, but it's really hard because it's like you say, undervalued. I guess even if we say the Kizombas DJ, they look like star. That is only like the picture, you know, because in the background, I guess the value that we bring to an event still not recognized for the people that create the event. So that turns out for a DJ, just doing DJ, like they just mixing maybe on a week, like 2-3 times a week. It will not be enough for like having a normal life. So yeah, I guess that's things that have to be changed for the future. But yeah.
But do you think? Okay, it's a fair answer. York, what do you think about the future of your future of the DJ? Is it sustaining you good, or
Well,
do you need to correct something with it?
Sure. Yeah, I will be completely honest to you. As I say, I am a mechanical engineer, right? I could leave from being mechanical engineer, really good to it. And instead of that, I decide this year to leave 100% of the as bachata DJ because I made my numbers, and it is possible. It is possible. I don't believe it is possible for everybody, but it is possible. Now, until Corona came and fucked up my plans, but it is possible. It is possible, not for everybody. Being honest, in comparison, I just want to say that if you compare new DJ playing techno, really new DJ playing 2 hours in a restaurant, just a background music, he earned 2-3 more times than what we earn. So for the people, it's easy to leave that for us.
So how can I read your answer? You are satisfied because you don't expect much, or you have a lot of money? So we need to go down a little bit. And for Pingusso, maybe we need a little bit.
No. Come on. Thank you for making clear. Wait a minute. Thank you for making clear that.
I'm so poor, Vladdy. I'm so poor.
Yeah,
look.
No, for real. Come on, guys. The thing
Rumbero, prepare your answer really good.
Yeah, I fucked up. Sorry. So the thing is, for real, once again, I think everybody that is within the dance scene, and I think I can talk to you about you, Vladimir, too, as organizer, because I know you have a really good job before becoming an organizer. I would say 99 of the people that working with the dance scene are not doing it because the money. I'm doing it because the passion.
That's
you have to eat. So if you ask me about the money, yeah, I will be happy if I a little bit more, but I have just enough. Okay.
Sorry, the connection broke. Did you say something? Okay, let's ask Rumbero. Rumbero, what do you think about? Are the DJs undervalued? I mean, well, I will wait for your answer first, and then I'll comment something. So, what are your opinions?
Yes, I think that it's possible. I have a time where I live only from DJing as a salsa DJ. That's not very difficult, but I could live from this. But now with family, it's impossible. And then you can. But you can stay and combine it like me with own events or ideas that you can synergize you're doing, and then it's possible. Yes, I think it's possible.
Yeah. So my comment on this is, let's say, from organizer perspective, but I can put myself into the shoe of a person that. Is like in every business. I think the value depends upon what you bring on the table. So if, for example, you organize an event, and then when you have you put the DJs, you put the artists, you put the venue, you put all this, and then you do event, sometimes it's not so clear what actually brings you money. And I think from the salsa, bachata maybe not, but in the salsa world at the beginning, it was always artists bring money and the DJs are here just to play a little bit after artists are done, in a sense. And I think that kind of stuck with the salsa scene, where festivals were about, okay, the partying, but the focus was more on the artist. I see in the last years, I mean, we all see, there's a lot of different events. There's some events that don't have at all artists, and then you can see the value the DJ brings. Because at the end, you organize an event, you need to pay not just the people involved, the resources for the marketing, for the your venue, for the equipment, for the audio and everything. And I think what I want to say is it's easier to know how much the DJ or the artist or any brings you if you have only, for example, a DJ. So, for example, you organize a marathon, you bring 3 DJs, 100 people come. You organize the same marathon, you bring other 3 DJs, 500 people come. Now you know the other 3 DJs worth more. So I think in our scene, it's hard to put a price sometimes, oh, this DJ, or at least in salsa, brings more people. For some, it is very well known. But until you reach the point where you bring to the event a value, which means people come for you, it's hard to put up the price. Well, in Kizomba, I see Kizomba didn't have this past with the artist. They skipped the scene. They went straight after a few years to the social dance star. DJs are the stars, and they charge, I think, more than in salsa world. That's how it seems. That's how it seems to me. It's kind of the legacy is working against the DJs in salsa, and we as organizers also need to kind of see if we need to develop the scene. So, okay, I will organize a marathon. I know it will be successful because I will bring York and Rumbero. And some people are trying to look at that business model, but until it works, until people don't come in mass to the events with only DJs, it's hard to say, oh, that DJ is worth gold. We all know you are worth a lot, but I think there's a lot of space for this promotion being done from both you guys and us as organizers to explore the value of the social dance without the education part. Because now it's not so clear, okay, it's clear if you bring top 5 top class A teachers, you will have a lot of attendance if you do everything right.
Vladimir, I would like to really to add something to it, because I agree with you, but not that much, because I definitely with you when you say that and I see it, because when I came into the scene and came as a salsa DJ, Rumbero knew me as a salsa DJ, not as a bachata DJ, and I saw how much undervalue were the DJs at that point. I'm talking right now. Now I decide finally to leave from this, but it took me 5 years working within the scene and no working on my name. That actually the whole scene changed and start to pay more to the DJs. But something you say, I am agree with you when you say the value of the DJs as an only DJ, as an only thing, like I just bring a DJ and I see how much people bring to it. But you also, I think, have to take in consideration that the DJ that does just his work and do it properly. What I mean is, maybe you have instructors that bring a lot of people to the event perfectly, but that people will stay to the party. And then if that DJ just made those 500 people, he didn't bring the 500 people. The people were brought for the amazing viral instructors. But if the DJ made a good work and made the people have a great night, it means that your event worked and they will come back. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the DJ have to bring more people to the event. It means that if the DJ does his work properly or not, and it has a value on its own.
I completely agree, and Trevor here has made a good point. artists and the DJs are on the same level and value. You can have a festival without artists, but you can't have a festival without DJs.
That is also what I wanted to ask you personally. What do you think about, Vladimir, in your experience? Two situations. You have a festival where the workshops went really bad, but the party was amazing. And you have the other festival when the workshops were amazing, but the party was really bad. In which occasion you get more complaints?
No, definitely, I do think most people, majority of people, we are not talking about the extremes, like the top dancer that looking only for art development, not so much for social dance. But if you are talking about the social dance, the parties have more kind of value in their eyes. They will remember the festival by the party, not by the workshop. Yeah. Majority. I'm saying majority, not everybody.
Yeah, of course, majority. Yeah.
No, it's not true. It's not. It's not a secret. I mean, one of the successes that our event has. The secrets of the successes of our event is because people have really great time there, and you don't need to be on the workshops. You still really have a great time. It's kind of holiday with dancing, music, social, and so on. So honestly, we have some people who buy passes and after first day they just go to party. They don't go because they know they can do the workshop somewhere else, let's say like this, but this atmosphere and the party they cannot reproduce in so many other places. So I would say definitely the party is for most people have more priority now than but as I said, what I said in my initial argument is that before it doesn't seem it was so important, because one of the things before when all this salsa thing started, everybody was playing everything. You know, they said there was a mixed party. So you could have a teacher put some music, everybody would dance. It was important to dance, to socialize. Now that there is a much more proficiency in tastes. So you see, you have salsa. You have salsa romantica. You have some people who complain there was too much mambo. Some people enjoy a lot of mambo, and so on. So even in salsa, you have a lot of different groups that have different. Then I'm not speaking at all about the Cubans, you know. But before it was kind of any DJ is a good DJ. But now the scene has tripled, quadrupled. I don't know how many times it's bigger. More demand, more expectations. The DJ started to get to make the difference, but there is kind of still the legacy of the workshops. Artists are the most important, but everything around is changed. So I do think that the DJs are kind of undervalued, but I do think it's not only about the promoter's job. It's about the, as I said, individual. That's what I like about partly in kizomba. You know, people make brand about themselves, presentation. People in salsa don't know business, don't know how to present themselves. They think it's only about the passion. It is about the passion because you deliver that and you like it. But there's a lot about the business, the sales part, where you need to say, but look, my value brings this, this, and this. And I don't think the DJs are doing enough good work for themselves. But for me, it's good. I'm speaking openly. It's kind of my personal opinion. I don't know if you can call it advice, but there's a lot of you can do a lot of for yourself regarding the presentation, the promotion of your personal image. And I think this lockdown has just scratched the part. How can you do it with all the world watching you? Some people still just tune in, put the crappy camera, they don't worry about the background, they don't worry about, they just think, I'm going to play the music, that's enough. So that is why nobody will invite this guy. I mean, you know, how can you present what you, I mean, anybody, in my eyes, anybody can kind of play the music over the internet. You know, you don't show your true colors.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's a lot about work needed to be done by the DJs themselves. And I don't know how you guys, I do think you talk, but this is now this confessions part. I talk with a lot of organizers and also some artists, some DJs, but of course with organizers there's a lot of more open space because we share common things and we discuss things, of course, and it's far more what people think. It's like sometimes, people think organizers are collecting money with, just stealing from everybody just to get their pockets. But I do think that only like 10 or 15% are profitable in our industry. Everybody's doing it with minus or just barely making money. But it cannot be seen because as I see you as a DJ, I see you there. I don't know what's happening in your world. That's, it's easy to judge. That's how people also don't know what's happening behind the fence. And that's why I said it's hard to put up the event that is financially works. And everybody, we all fight, organizer wants to pay less. DJ wants to be paid more. Artist wants to get paid more. So it's always finding the balance. But you will personally succeed how you personally present yourself, how you show your true value, but also how you work with other colleagues in your industry, making your profession better. I do think that bachata artists have done the best in that sense, because I think they are almost the most expensive out of everybody else.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I will play bachata. I don't know about that. I will change. I will play bachata.
No, but yeah.
So yeah, York, if you want to add something, feel free. And then I think we can close a little bit this session. I'll see while you're speaking if we have some questions.
Okay, please go there. No, I just want to say that something that we always talk about it, not right now, but also backstage, is going back to the comment he said that artists and DJs, we are artists too. We are all the same, and they are really important both sides, because we play for people, but if the people they don't know how to dance, we don't have people to dance for. And in the other case, if maybe they know how to dance a lot, but if we don't know how to play, they just sit the whole night and they don't dance. So I hope one day we finally reach that point where we are seen and valued in the same amount.
No, I'm sure it will. What is 20, 30 years? It's not. Look, but as a last thing that as a customer, so not as organizer, what I told you guys when we talked before, I love simply, we talked about the clubbing, where the DJ is a rock star. He communicates, he raises hands, he connects with the audience. I'm not saying you guys should do it. It's obviously a different thing, because the audience doesn't look at you, but it does sometimes. So when I see DJ Tully doing the maracas, when I see Rumbero, when I see you doing Guiro, York, and dancing, doing something, enjoying yourself on the boat or in the beach or somewhere, it's like you are the leader. And actually you are, guys. You are the orchestrators of the party.
Puppeteers.
And puppeteers in a way. And of course, if you're like behind the screen like this all the time, it feels like, maybe it's somebody just put play on it, but if you are seen, I'm telling you, people notice this. If the room is not too dark, which sometimes in kizomba.
What did you say, Pingusso?
Depends on the time.
He just said dark and he went directly to Pingusso. I don't know why.
Okay, guys. So thank you very much. I talked a lot at the end. Look, I will leave you with the last word. Do we have some maybe last words, Rumbero, to share with our audiences, or maybe advices for the DJs, aspiring DJs to come?
I don't understand the last thing.
Do we have some advices for DJs or messages to the audience for the kind of
yes, for DJs, yes, as you told, I am a designer and marketing professional, And I think when the salsa scene of DJs want to have more respect for the organizer, is that they must make more in his own style and marketing. I'm when I invite some artists from an event, I see it in the emails when I become the photos. I became perfect photos and photographers from the dancers, but from my colleagues as DJs with iPhone selfie. And yes, I think this is very important that change. Yeah.
So presentation of the DJs, yeah, of course, and also artists. I mean, we always ask artists for the photos and some material to present them, you know. And if we don't get some quality material, we can do only something, you know. But you have the power to make yourself better visible. Pingusso, what are your thoughts for the end?
But for me, if I had something to say to the DJs, like especially the kizomba, it's a new thing. Special Robert King is new, so everybody wants to be a star really fast. So the thing that I want to say is just like start from the base, base. Try to create a crowd where you live, a scene where you live, and try to create a team, you know, for you, so you can grow up. Because I see the DJs, they want to be the best, because we have that in Kizomba. We didn't talk about that, but we are in the end. But in the Kizomba, we have this competition that, I want to really be the best and everything. So the thing is, everything takes time. Really know your thing, learn properly, be humble, respect the other, listen to the other, talk to the other, and everything. That's what I have to say for the DJs.
Yeah, my comment on that is, I often think, maybe I'm thinking wrong, that well, actually the DJs in Kizomba are doing so good about their image, but sometimes the skills and experience is not there yet. So they look better basically what they're presenting, but with what they're delivering, than what they're delivering.
True.
So you're sorry, Pingusso.
I said unfortunately that's true. That happened too. Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, they have places to improve, of course. Everybody has. York. So I saved last for you. You don't do that monologue thing, you know.
don't do it, please, people. Don't go, don't leave. I will keep it quiet. I just want to say that for the DJs out there, for my colleagues out there, first thing is everything we say here, everything we say here is important. But the most important thing, try to always impress the people with your music. More than that, of course, the more money you invest in yourself, the more money other people want to invest in you. It means preparation, equipment, and how you look. It is important. Nowadays, social networks and photographs are recording everything. So the way you look is important too, and that's something you have to take into account related to your image, whatever, and so on. So just keep the passion. Don't get crazy. That's it. I don't want to say more, but
I like that message. Keep the passion. That's good. Just stop.
Okay.
Oh, great. So, guys, what to say? Thank you a lot. I feel like we can talk about the DJing part and the music so much. I think I think we did a good job. Thank you again, the audience. A lot of people always coming back the same. Thank you very much for support. And DJ Alejandro, your question regarding how the DJs can be seen by the organizers if they mix only online or somewhere. I leave it for the next episode where we can do the confessions of an organizer topic, and then maybe we can make a storm to organizers to answer, to see what's in their heads. So one more time, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Sending you best regards, and I hope we see live as soon as possible when things get better.
Amen.
All right.
Right. All right.
Bye. See you later.
Bye. See you later. Bye.